First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. This is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On first down, Downs to throw. Starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here we go! Now here's the first carry. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Marvin Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down. It's Dobbs out to his left, looking downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On first and 10, Downs. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep outside. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go! 190! 190! Flex round! Flex round!
The second down run for the Brewers. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Inside the 15-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
On first down, Abdullah. Can't quite get there. Tackled down at the run. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, but they are on the line of scrimmage.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They get it to him running left. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it? So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. He will score! Touchdown, Lions! Joshua Dobbs, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll come out calling here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. They'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried? You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote very well. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Handoff to Abdullah. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Sets up a 1st and goal. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So a pretty early 1st quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Dancing to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw is down. Being chased out left. Now loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They had it first and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route. So they can just sit on the shorter side if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down from up near the 40-yard to the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And now running right through it. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We got three, fellas. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
This is Howard on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On first down, they run with Howard. Yeah, he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lambo will put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Hut. Ohio. Ohio. Hut.
Downs now on 2nd down. And right side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A big sack. Coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Let's go.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Blue 90.
Again to Howard. And that one blown up quickly. As he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Ashawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama. A big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he's going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Flex round. Flex round.
On on second down. Downs. Buying time is left. And he fires one incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. They'll run here. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Dobbs is throwing. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. There is Slay with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! That's a screen!
And they begin to run with the ball. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Dobbs to throw. He's going to air one out. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
happen here. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his right. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On the pickup there, it keeps the drive alive. Now a play fake here on first down. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. 15 yards through the air on the first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw again. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have the chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Well, he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Going up top. And got his man complete. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, past the 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Now Dobbs steps away to his left. Looking downfield. He's got it. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. He's going to walk for him. Deep left. Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now up to 14. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go! Blue, land it!
They pitch out to Howard. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Here we we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They come out here in the eye. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw here. Finding Gabriel complete. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Ball slid with a pull. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
To throw now in his own end zone. Now he's flushed out left. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, can microcosm really how he can hurt you. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Down. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now Downs. Eluding the pressure. Pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Leonard Floyd in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's go. 190.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. Pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that point, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And Sean Robinson coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Now again, this is up the middle. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's a dual post. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Right over there, right over there.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Underneath for Johnson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards, and the Bears take over. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He lost the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time there was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Let's go! What?
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Flushed out right. Opted to run for it. The decision again when picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first and goal, they'll try the option, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Joshua Dobbs keeping it himself from 5 yards out, and the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that really symptomatic?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Cleveland Diggs. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Dobbs now on second down. Eluding the pressure right.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Lions on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He goes underneath to Aguirre. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Aguirre. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Back to throw Dobbs. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pull it on here in the 4th. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. That one goes for 24 yards.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of rhythm.
His pressure too strong. Down he goes. Roderick He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Last in the pocket, and throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that's the nicest thing he called me.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Go. Grand 38! Grand 38!
Again, it's Johnson. Able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Throwing on 1st down. Ware, they'll set the screen to Howard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. From the gun, Ware. And this is Weaver on the catch. 23 yards on the play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Never make the mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here. They're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Ware. And drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Where? And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Lions, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Can you hear me?